G'day playmates, and welcome to another Harmer vid, and something new for this channel. Silent Hunter 5, the Battle for the Atlantic. This I haven't played for a long time, and I recently watched the Wolfgang Petersen film Das Boot, which was made, I think, in the mid-80s, which was a very good film. And it sort of piqued my interest back again on World War II Kriegsmarine submarine simulations. I think that this is probably still currently for me the best sim there is. It's pretty old. It actually came out in 2010, but I think it's aged quite well. The only real thing about this is probably the, as you can see, the crew are a little bit sort of cartoony. Well, it sort of shows its age in that respect, but apart from that, look, everything looks pretty reasonable. I mean, obviously, the trees are, very two-dimensional looking. But anyway, I digress. So, what I decided to do was to start a brand new campaign, mainly for me to get my eye back in again. Because, as I say, it's a long time since
We are in shallow waters, Captain.
since I've played this. Yeah, okay, I know we're in shallow waters. What I'm going to do is just go through my list of mods. The thing about this game was it was pretty buggy, as I remember, when it sort of first came out, and then a huge amount of, a large modding community put their backs into it and really enhanced pulled a lot of the bugs out, enhanced the gameplay. And there's lots and lots of mods. So, if you're thinking about buying this game, it does require a fair amount of modding and fiddling about with, as I actually found when I started playing this again last week. I think it was. The first two videos that I put up on my channel, I ended up pulling down because I had no success with torpedoes. Every single torpedo, like the
waters, Captain.
this Mark 7A, I think only carries 12 torpedoes. Every single one of them would hit the side of the ship, slide down the side of it, and then just go on its merry way. And the crew would call out that it was a dud, or alternatively, it would just circle round and round and round. So anyway, I had to sort of do a bit of fishing about, so to speak, and in the end, I did fix that by using a particular mod. So what I'm going to do is, so these are my mods. And this is in my Ubisoft folder with the Silent Hunter 5 mods, and all these mods are available on a website called Subsim. Yeah, and they obviously they focus on submarine simulations. So as you can see, there is a heap of mods. But because obviously some can cause conflicts, the only thing that I've got is the Mighty Fine Crew mod with beards. Now this is the update that actually fixed the torpedo failure. So that patch there. Reworked submarine damage, so the submarine isn't as invulnerable as per the standard game. Steel Vikings interior mod, which has sort of cleaned up and smartened up the interior of the ship. The better waves, Sober's best ever fog, and the Trevally Harbour and Kiel Canal pilot, which I will explain a little bit about. So let's go back into the game and have a look at the map. And we're just near, just leaving Brunsbüttel. Obviously, this is us. We got warships and we've got merchants. Obviously, the blue ones are the friendly ones, the red ones are the enemy ones. What I initially did was, at the start of the campaign, I always do the tutorial, which is centered basically in the Baltic, around Poland, around the Danzig corridor. Is it Danzig? Where's Danzig? There we go. Yeah. And the main reason why I do that is that you can usually sink about about half a dozen Polish ships really easily. And what actually happens is that as the more ships you sink, the more points you score for your renown, and you basically use that as a currency to buy modifications for your Type 7 sub. So I ended up sinking 5 Polish freighters.
We are in shallow waters,
And that got me about 3,000 points for renown. I was able to upgrade my my hydrophone to a much better one, and with the little bit of renown that was left over, I was able to put on some like a badge or artwork on the conning tower, and also on top of that, I got about 18 XP points to distribute amongst my crew, which I haven't done yet, so I will do that to upgrade their skills. So it's, even though it's pretty boring and pretty easy, the bottom line is that once you've done that, when you go back to Kiel, they then give you a couple of missions that a couple of campaigns that are available, then commence in October 1939. So this is the current one that I've taken. It's British coastal waters, and the deadline is June, so I've got about 9 months. It's going to be really pretty easy to do that. I got to sink 50,000 tons on the British eastern coast. My other alternative was to go to here
We are in shallow waters,
and sink 100,000 tons in the western approaches, but the problem is, while ever the English Channel is unfriendly, this is going to be hard work. So basically the idea being that once we get into 1940, obviously the Low Countries and Paris falls, and then we get based in, is it Lorient, either Saint-Nazaire, or Lorient. Then I can sort of take on this. So this is the easier one at the moment. As far as travel's concerned, it's a bit of a pain in the ass, which is one of the reasons why I downloaded the Kiel Canal mod. Basically, we're based at Wilhelmshaven. Oh, sorry, at Kiel, as you were, and you use the Kiel Canal to come out into the North Sea, and then I think eventually we'll get rebased at Wilhelmshaven. Might even get a submarine upgrade, might get a Type 7B. But anyway, So, yep. So
We are in shallow
um,
waters, Captain.
that's the status at the moment. This stage of the game, I'm not gonna set. Yeah, okay. I might set some waypoints. So let's go to
New
there.
waypoint.
Let's
Course
go
7. Returning to course.
to
New
there.
waypoint. Course 27.
And we'll just set those up for the moment. I mean, obviously, I'm not going to bore you with all this sort of travel, which you can speed up anyway. So I'll basically stop recording, and you know, we'll hopefully just show the juicy bits. But anyway, while all this is happening, obviously with this. You can walk around the the sub, obviously, while it's surfaced. So you know, got the deck gun here. This is the hydrophone here, which obviously is only used for underwater. And
We are in shallow waters, Captain.
we got the 7th Flotilla badge stuck on the conning tower. We got the AAA gun here, and got the guys keeping a watch out up here. Right, we'll head below decks. Obviously, the Usos available, which is essentially obviously a on the surface periscope, and this is the basically the targeting computer. So that's that.
We are in shallow waters, Captain.
I really must actually. You can actually get a mod to stop that guy from saying, "Oh, you know, we're in shallow waters," which can be a bit of a pain. Oh, I mean, obviously, this is the attack periscope there for obviously the captain users. Then we get down. Oops. I don't want to do that. I want to go. Yeah, okay. Then we get into the control room. There's the observation periscope. As we go, I think this is forward. So the interior, as this has been enhanced by obviously by a mod. Sorry, we're going. Yeah, we're going aft. That's right. Yeah. Obviously, a few bananas for the monkeys. This is the bosun. Hello. And I can view his skills. He's got passive abilities. Well, actually, hasn't got any passive abilities yet because I haven't. I've got 18 promotion points, so it gives you some fluff here. You know, his morale is very good. He's got some active abilities. He's basically in charge of morale and an order amongst the crew. I'm not going to give him any points. Here's the cook. I might.
You want to try some of this stew, Captain?
Nah, no, I don't want to. I don't want to try any of your stew, but I may give you. What's it going to cost? 2 points. Basically, I can give him the ability to cook a special meal, which will restore some of the crew's morale. Look, nah, I don't think I'll bother at this stage, because I think at this early stage in the war, the crew's morale is going to be pretty good. All right, here we go in the diesel room. The two mighty diesels throbbing away, and we got the motor officer here. He's got lots of passive abilities. The active abilities overcharging the diesel engines to squeeze some more, and the same for the electric engines. I could give him, yeah, I might give him a point to upgrade this. Yeah, and also recharging the battery faster. Now I'll give him a point there. Okay, so I apply that, and now hopefully we're going to be a little bit harder to detect when we're under the water. This is the motor room. Electric motors are, and then we have got this guy who's in charge of the deck guns. And I might range and accuracy, and yeah, I might give him a point. I might, because deck guns are going to be fairly important, essentially for picking on solo merchantmen rather than expending torpedoes, because while we're on the surface we can always run merchant ships down. Their average speed is between 6 and 10 knots, and like we can do about 17 or 18 in calm water. So yeah, I'll give him a point. Alright, so now let's move forward. Keep up the good work, guys. I better see how the bosun's going with his book.
Regulate, Captain. It keeps me sane. Otherwise, my thoughts would be raging in my head.
Bit of crew banter there, yes. Alright, we got the navigator here. He's not. We've got the exec here. He basically puts the guys to battle stations and rigs for silent running. Yeah, so I can't give him any points. And I think similarly with the chief. Yeah. I don't think. Yeah. So their active abilities that they have right off the bat. We got the radio officer here. I'm not going to bother with him, but okay, here's a pretty important station. So we're going to give this guy quite a number of points. We're going to give him that ability. We're going to give him that ability. That's going to be 4 points. So we're going to apply. Reduces darkness penalty. Direction finder. Yeah, we'll give him a point there. We'll give him another point there. So let's apply that. I may come back and give him some more, but I think all we've got left is the torpedo man. Okay,
Jawohl, Herr
Kurt.
Kalorn.
We will have a look at your abilities. I think I'll give him passive abilities. The problem with active abilities is that I've actually got to come down and personally activate them, which probably in the heat of battle or prior to heat of battle I will either forget or... so I think what I'll do is I'll give him... So that's reducing torpedo time. Firing a dud. Yeah, I'll give him that. Excuse me. Obtain longer range and higher damage. Yeah, I'll give him that. And I'll give him... I'll give him that again. And that again. And I'll apply that. I've got 6 points left. So maybe I'll give those to the
Jawohl, Herr Kalorn.
hydrophone operator. So let's give him 2 there and 2 there. Let's apply that. And let's give the last 2
We are in
to
shallow
the
waters, Captain.
deck gunner. Yep. Wrong way. Damn. No, I was right the first time. Bloody hell. Come on, get it together. What sort of a captain am I? Actually, my captain's name is Philip Tomlinson. Thompson. For those of you who have watched Das Boot, the director's cut, Philip Thompson was the bearded rogue ace captain that was shown earlier on in the film when all the guys were in the bordello and he was absolutely rat's ass. Anyway, okay, let us give you range and accuracy and range and accuracy. Okay, that's it. So we wouldn't have had those 18 points if I hadn't have done the tutorial. Well, there's a bit of a leak going on here. Come on, guys, get it fixed up. Oop, sorry. Okay, so I guess the only thing that's left to do is to just sort of go through the menus. The menus are pretty straightforward.
We are in shallow waters, Captain.
What I've got up here is I can pause the game. I can use time compression to move quickly. So as you can see, the icon will start to move. You can actually move really quickly in this.
Smoke on the horizon. Bearing 350.
This goes to the external camera. There's the automatic save kicking in. Let's just get in front of our U-boat. And here she comes. Lads keeping a good watch out on decks. let's go back. Back to the map. This obviously brings the map up. This is the interface, basically, with the crew and other systems. Have I got
Smoke on the horizon.
Have I got any?
Bearing
Oh yeah,
1,
yeah. I got the Iron Cross second class, which I got on the 5th of September for basically completing the tutorials. Obviously, got a few more medals to go. And here, let's just let's do that, that, and that, and so obviously, as you can see here, these are where my points have gone. And yeah, into the hydrophone and into the deck guns. So you can yeah, sort of view all the guys here. So these are my executive officers on the crew tree. It's pretty straightforward. This is my torpedo loadouts. I've taken all steam because they're, even though they're more visible than the electric ones, they are more reliable. A Type 7A has just got one aft tube, and 6 reloads once the 4 have gone in the they're already in the tubes. Yeah, okay. Here's the here's the system. So our fuel level is currently 96%. Battery level we're fully charged, and the hull integrity is 100% as well. So you know, as we take damage, hull integrity lowers, and also systems can get damaged. So this is the 4 torpedo room. So we've got all these components. Got the radio room. We've got the command room. And we got the diesel engine room, the electric motor room right aft, and the external equipment, which is the conning tower and yeah, this sort of surface area here. So that's that. And alrighty, I'll leave it at that, and I'll get back to you if and when, rather when, we find some of those damned English merchant